Hello. So this is my demo for the Anthropic Hackathon contest for June. So I've made a translation app, and I will also be showing you shortly how we can compare the translation. But one of the things I really wanted to do in this project was compare translations by different LLMs, specifically to see how they perform. So we'll try a very simple translation. We're going to use French. We're going to use GPT 3.5. We're going to say hello, my friend. We're going to translate it into French. Okay, great. Now we're going to try the same with Claude 3.5 Sonnet. Hello, my friend, into French. We get bonjour, mon ami, so we get the same response. And then we try as well with Deepl, which is an AI translation software. Hello, my friend, bonjour, mon ami. And we can see it's also bonjour, mon ami. So first thing I want to do is have the different models and test out translations. Now I'm going to try one. I want to compare the performance. I'm going to try a trick question. I'm going to try specifically with Claude 3 Sonnet, not 3.5. What is your name? So I want to see if it responds quel est votre nom, or if it responds to the question, in fact. And what's very interesting, we'll see, is that it, in fact, responds to the question. It says je m'appelle Claude, which is not correct. But what's interesting to see is that this is corrected in 3.5 Sonnet. So I will come here. And it says quel est votre nom. So this is very interesting. Side by side, compare the models. This is what I wanted to do with different languages. This demo will focus mainly on French, but I also have tried different languages: Spanish, Italian, Mandarin, or whatnot. I'm going to try with Deepl to see. As a comparison, we can see quel est votre nom, which is great. So this is what many people, I'm sure, are doing, where they're comparing different, LLMs, see performance, whether it's ChatGPT and Anthropic in the console or an API. So I wanted to build a simple tool. This is the second part of the demo for Compare Translate, where I can in fact compare different models instead of having, we see all these benchmarking. I want to compare myself. So let's just do that. What is your name? So for example, if I click on these three models and I want to compare the outputs, so I've built a backend which will actually in fact be using GPT 3.5 and Claude 3.5 Sonnet to evaluate these responses, provide them with a score, and then output this score. So I'll be showing you what that looks like right here. Takes a few seconds for it to output. And perfect, here we go. So we can say, what is your name? We can see the model we used, and we can see the score. And this is all stored in a database, and I will be showing you that as well a bit later. So you can see, what is your name? Quel est votre nom? See, it scores 9.5. You can see Deepl also gets a 9.5. And you see Claude 3 Sonnet, the older version, gets a 4.5. It says je m'appelle Claude, which is not, in this case, the correct response. Okay, I want to try another example. So where is Maple Street? This is also a corner case, where, as you know, Maple Street, it could be they could translate maple into French, but I would in fact not like that it translates maple into French, but I'll ask you, like, whether it be in French or obviously another language, où est rue Maple? Où se trouve la rue Maple? Et voila, the three of them give the same response. So you can see on this one, they all give the same response. I'll try one more example. What is your favorite LLM? Question mark. I'll also add in GPT 3.5 responses, but you can see this can be expanded. This can be using, different LLMs and whatnot. This is just like a simple thing for the hackathon, which I nonetheless found very interesting. Okay. So we see in this case that Deepl gets the top score. Quel est votre LLM préféré? But you can see Claude Sonnet and all the rest score 9, so they all score very well. Okay, this is great. So I just want to show you the back end as well. So you can see the back end, we have IDs for all of our, all of our translations. So I've deployed this to the cloud, which is nice. You can see the logs. You can see a little bit the scores here for the different translations and the feedback. So now I just want to show you as well. So I've stored all this data in a database. I'm not going to go through all the examples. I also have a Power BI dashboard right here. Again, I'm not going to go through all the examples, but I just want to try one to show you that we showed an example of. Great. So now we're going to come to the Power BI dashboard. So if you see, I've taken one that we've used. What is your name? Quel est votre nom? We can see the scores here. We can see, for example, this score 10 and 9. You can see this one scores 6 and 2. So you can see it scores much lower. Okay, that's good. I'll take one other example here just to show you. I like to move it. You can see here it scores it as well. The different models. We'll take one more over here as well. You can see it's just interesting. And also I have the events I have on the back in the comments. I just want to show that. So it highlights the accuracy and the points. So these are things you can zoom in. For example, if you see something which you feel is incorrect or is highlighted or has an issue, you can see the comments as well. So that is very good. I will take one more over here. I'm looking for Place de Versailles. You can see the French translations. You can see the scores. And we can see the comments as well. And I also have a dashboard as well, which I'll just show this quickly. This is not so much part of the demo, but basically I also have for different models and the language, just showing the input and the output in the language. So you can always see, for example, one of the things which was interesting with Deepl, just coming back, is that if you watched enough and you had enough, that's all right. You can see Deepl translates things literally. For example, allo, you can see it says allo with Deepl versus ChatGPT or Claude would correct this to bonjour, hello. It's the same with hello. All right, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed my demo.